All right, today we are diving deep into the opening chapter of the Titanverse Chronicles. We're talking about the Emergence, that pivotal moment when humanity's story took a back seat and a war of gods began right on our doorstep.
You know, this single line says it all, doesn't it? It just sets the stage perfectly. This isn't just a story about giant monsters. It's about a fundamental, violent shift in our planet's reality. It's the moment our illusion of being in control just completely evaporated. So, to really get the impact of the Emergence, we first have to understand who was supposed to be protecting us. That was the Global Defense Force, or the GDF. Think of them as the best of the best, a super elite military and scientific command. Basically, our last line of defense.
And right at the heart of the GDF, you've got this fascinating core trio. Each one represents a totally different way we, as humans, react to a crisis. You've got Dr. Tanaka, the analyst, who trusts the data to find a logical way through the chaos. Then there's Major Rostova, the warrior. Her answer to everything is courage, pure and simple. And finally, Dr. Thorne, the biologist, who represents empathy. He's always trying to understand the why behind a threat, not just how to destroy it.
See, their whole worldview, their entire rulebook, was built on one simple, kind of arrogant idea, that humanity was the center of the story, that we were the target, the GDF was our shield, and their job was to protect us. And oh boy, was that illusion of control about to be shattered into a million pieces.
So, how did that shield start to crack? Well, the first challenge didn't come from space like everyone expected. No, it came from the darkest, most unknown parts of our very own world.
Picture this. It's pre-dawn, off the coast of Tokyo. And the first sign of trouble isn't a roar or an explosion. It's this eerie spectacle. This massive creature, codenamed Leviathan, just breaches the surface. And its body is bioluminescent. It's glowing, creating this haunting false dawn that lights up the whole sky. It was beautiful, but in a way that just makes your skin crawl.
Now, from our perspective, what else could this be but an invasion? These things, the Abyssals, they're basically a nomadic hive mind. They're not evil, they're just hungry. Their whole goal is to harvest the Earth's geothermal energy. But to the GDF, hungry or not, an enemy had just crawled out of the deep, and they responded exactly the way they were trained to.
And who's leading the charge? Of course, it's Major Rostova. She's the warrior, right? She sees the threat, she meets it head on. It's that simple for her. She represents humanity's courage, that refusal to back down. Her jets scramble, ready to defend Tokyo no matter what. But here's the thing, the enemy she thought she was facing, it wasn't the real threat at all.
And this is the exact moment the entire game changes. This is where you can take the GDF's rulebook and just throw it right out the window, because it's completely useless now.
So just as Rostova's jets are moving in to engage this sea creature, bam! The ground itself literally splits open, and a second Titan, this behemoth of rock and magma called Magmox, just tears itself out of the Earth's crust. This wasn't a coincidence, it was drawn there by its ancient rival, Leviathan.
And this quote right here says it all. This is the turning point. Back at GDF Command, you've got Dr. Tanaka, our voice of reason, glued to his data screens. And in this single moment of absolute clarity, he has the most important revelation of the entire war. This was never about us, we didn't get invaded, we just stumbled into a brawl between gods.
In a heartbeat, the mission changed from planetary defense to just try to survive. Rostova's team had to pull back, forced to watch as these two monsters just collided, leveling the harbor in a clash that had absolutely nothing to do with them. They were just insects, caught in the middle of it all.
The battle, it ends in a stalemate, really. Both Titans just retreat back to their own domains. Leviathan slips back into the sea, Magmox burrows back into the Earth. And what's left behind is a devastated Tokyo, and a stunned humanity forced to face a brand new, absolutely terrifying reality.
So let's break this down, because this isn't a simple monster attack. It is a conflict between two ancient, opposing forces. You've got the Terrans, who are kind of like the planet's original gardeners. They've woken up to find their garden, well, it's overrun with us, the weeds. And on the other side, you've got the Abyssals, the harvesters. To them, Earth is just a rich feeding ground, a resource to be consumed.
And this, right here, is the key takeaway from the Emergence. Our role in the fate of our own planet has been downgraded. We went from being the primary players to just an obstacle. We're not the enemy, we're the anthill in the middle of a construction site.
So this leaves us with the central question of the entire saga. If we're no longer the center of the conflict, what do we become? Do our core traits, Tanaka's reason, Rostova's courage, Thorn's empathy, have to evolve into something else? Do we have to learn strategy, diplomacy, and even manipulation in this planetary chess game just to survive?